What's going on, everybody? How you doing? I'm back, just fine, and I'm back. Let's go over NXT Takeover San Antonio for 2017. A long, crazy weekend because of the Royal Rumble. Royal Rumble's my favorite pay-per-view, and so I always make a big damn weekend out of it. So did a lot of drinking. And so Saturday night was obviously night one of the whole thing for me. So I have my trusty notes to remind me exactly what went down, or at least keep it in order so I don't just bounce all over the place. I have some structure. So anyway, NXT Takeover San Antonio. So, alright. The whole thing started with Eric Young versus Ty Dillinger. So Eric Young came out with Sanity, the men from Sanity, because Nikki Cross wasn't out there with them. But you know, basically as usual, Eric Young's out there with Ty Dillinger, and so he has Sanity with him. So there's lots of shenanigans going on. The guys from Sanity keep getting involved, distracting Dillinger, various such things, and in the end, Eric Young won. Then we went to Andrade Cien Almas versus Roderick Strong. And, you know, I remember it was just a really good, solid match. There was no bullshit. They just went out there and did their things, you know, and they fought, and, you know, Roderick Strong won. You know, and so I don't know what's going on with Andrade lately. You know, he got pissed off a few months ago, and so he went heel and all that. But that dude's really not gaining any major traction at all in anything that he does, it seems. So, yeah. Anyway, Roderick Strong won that, and then we had the tag team championship match with Team DIY versus the Authors of Pain. Yeah. That was an interesting battle. You know, what's that dude's name? Bob Odenkirk or whatever? Or no, that's not right. That's the dude from Breaking Bad, huh? Or yeah, that's Better Call Saul. I don't know. Anyway, whoever the hell their manager is, that guy was out there, and you know, they just, you know, fought and fought and fought. Everyone kept using their moves. I'm trying to read my writing here. I know my handwriting gets progressively worse as the night goes on, and I started watching NXT late on Saturday. But anyway, you know, it all came down. There was the Authors of Pain were about to get hit with the Super Collider by Team DIY, and they managed to get out of it, and they, you know, did their thing, and they wound up winning. And so the Authors of Pain are the new NXT Tag Champs. So they're basically out there doing exactly what their manager dude, I always want to call him Bob Odenkirk or whatever, but anyway, they're out there doing exactly what they said they're going to do. They're out there causing destruction, and, you know, then step 2 or 3 or whatever the hell was to become champions, and that's exactly what they did. So yeah. Anyway, and then after that we have, like, you know, Corey Graves and Tom Phillips and what's his face, the new dude or whatever. They're out there talking, or they're in their little area talking at the announcer table, and all of a sudden they get interrupted because Seth Rollins is out in the ring. You know, and he's pissed off, and he calls out Triple H. He's like, "I know you're in the back, you asshole. You know, come on out here now. Let's settle this." So, Triple H comes out and just kind of, you know, casually walks out, very calm, like, "What the fuck are you doing here?" You know, and anyway, he just kind of motions for security to come out. So security comes out, and then Triple H just goes in the back again. And so security comes out to get Seth Rollins, and Seth Rollins beats up all the security. he beats up all the security, goes and tries to find Triple H in the back, and the crowd's just chanting, bullshit, bullshit, we want Rollins, and that was basically the end of all that. So then after that we have Asuka versus Nikki Cross versus Peyton Royce versus Billie Kay. And yeah. So they got there. I remember all the girls are in the ring, and Billie Kay and Peyton Royce kind of slip out of the ring, and you know how they're all touchy-feely to each other. They're all holding each other. Oh, it's okay. And so Nikki Cross and Asuka just start fighting. And eventually Peyton Royce and Billie Kay, they kind of see their little opportunity to come get involved, and they attack the other two girls. And so they just start fighting. Anyway, it was just pretty straightforward. My plant's doing something weird here. There we go. Anyway, when it's all said and done, Asuka and Asuka and Nikki Cross wound up going and kind of battling through the crowd a little bit, and Asuka wound up putting Nikki Cross through the announcer table up on the ramp, and then Asuka went back into the ring and beat the crap out of Billie Kay and Peyton Royce and won the match and retained her title. So yeah, Asuka's still your women's champion for NXT. What the hell did I write here? I have no idea what the hell I wrote. Anyway, then we have Bobby Roode versus Shinsuke Nakamura. The crowd is really, amped up. It's split, let's go Shinsuke, Bobby Roode, everyone, the crowd's all split for the whole thing. So yeah, Bobby Roode and Shinsuke Nakamura, they went out there and they fought and they fought. They were, yeah. I don't know, this whole pay-per-view, oh, I guess I'll get to that. But anyway, Bobby Roode versus Shinsuke Nakamura, they fought, they used all their fancy signature moves, all that stuff, and in the end, the glorious Bobby Roode is the new NXT champion. So, Shinsuke, I know, if it's as usual, he has a rematch clause as the former champion, so I'm sure we'll see another Bobby Roode versus Shinsuke match soon. And yeah, that was that. Really, when I was watching this pay-per-view, it was just a very straightforward pay-per-view. There was no real flashy gimmicks. The Seth Rollins thing, he showed up, and that lasted a good couple minutes or so. I don't know if even that long, but this was just a really straightforward NXT pay-per-view. And there was, I kept thinking that night, I remember that, the night that they have these big NXT takeovers, before a big WWE pay-per-view, a lot of times the NXT pay-per-view is a hell of a lot better than the, big WWE pay-per-view. And I kept thinking that night, I remember I was sitting down here and it's all like midnight and I'm like 10 or 11 beers in or whatever, but I just remember thinking that, or wondering if WWE purposefully kind of watered down this pay-per-view, I guess, to make sure that it didn't outshine the Royal Rumble the next night, because there wasn't anything super flashy or anything in this pay-per-view. I mean, it was just a pretty standard NXT show. I think the total time came to less than 2 hours, and you just had your matches, and it moved quickly, it had a good pace and all that, but yeah, I kind of wondered if WWE went out of their way to make sure that NXT kind of was just, you know, subpar or mediocre or something. So hopefully it didn't outshine the Royal Rumble, but I don't know. I still enjoyed it. It was good. It was just a good, solid show. Yeah. So there you go. I will finish this video, and then I guess I will make my Royal Rumble review video, because I'm trying to get back in the habit of doing wrestling review videos, and the Royal Rumble is my favorite. Royal Rumble is my favorite pay-per-view of the year, and with NXT attached, you know I had to make an NXT video, so there you go. Thank you, and I will see you all momentarily again, I guess. Thank you for watching, if anybody does. See you later.